Well, woke up this morning not really feeling too energetic. So walking up this slot canyon in the making is a little tiring, but it's really fun to see. Left Rob back there a little bit with the pups, but interesting how up there it's just so different compared to the rocks here. So you can see all these embedded rocks in this stone. It's really crumbly too. And then over here, you see a different kind of stone with all the different kind of rocks in it. And then you see this kind of stone, different kind of rocks in it. Here comes the wind. And these plants trying to survive out here. This is obviously a wash that has come down through this channel. Then you've got this kind of rock. This is very interesting looking. So many different kinds, different colors. Sometimes I wish I knew more about what I was looking at. Orange one, blue, black, some stuff with green in it, kind of a purple, greenish. Then you got some purple stuff in here, dark stuff there. There's all kinds of interesting color variations here. So this is about as high as my head here. So we need to climb up these natural steps. Natural. That's where it came from down there. This isn't really a path. I'm just following this wash. And this might be the end. I could go a little farther, maybe. This would be where I would step up. It's really slippery though. It's really shiny, slippery. It's almost like obsidian or something. A little pool of water from the last rain. I think the problem is getting back down. Coming around a corner. I wonder, is this the end? Oh, this one actually might really be the end. Okay, I really reached the end now. Well, for me anyway. I'm not climbing up that. It's above my head. About 5 feet above my head. But it's been really fun looking around. So I suspect going down will be easier than going up. Except for the parts where I have to climb up these slippery rocks. But this one's the hardest. This one here. Throw a rock down there and see what happens. It was fun. Okay. Probably saying, well, it would be easier if you put down the camera, but if I fall, I want to make sure to document this for Rob. Okay. This should be interesting. I wisely chose not to film that so that I could use two hands. That was the second hardest. After here, this would be a cinch. Cinch! Oh, my leg! Oh, my leg! Just kidding. I like to picture a nice little family sitting here on this beach as the waves lap up on the sand. Walk over here. And then you can see the wild horses right here at the RV park. They just come right up.
Hey, good afternoon. I say that because it's afternoon here. I don't know what time it is for you. I'll never know, actually. But we thought we'd answer a few questions about what is daily life like in a RV. So my wife started a few questions, and I don't even know what they are necessarily.
All right, let's see. You're going to be surprised. Okay. All right. What is it like to be in an RV for a month? You getting tired of it?
Not really. I mean, yes, you are in a smaller space. It is more confining, but you really have here everything you have at home. You have refrigerator, stove, microwave, coffee maker, comfy bed, sofa, television. I could go on, but really you have everything you need. It's just more compact.
Okay. Are you getting bored?
No, and a real reason for there's two reasons for that. One is certainly there's a lot to see in the desert. You've seen that in some of our other videos. But when we're not going anywhere, my wife still keeps me quite busy. In fact, we've done a minor remodel on the RV while we're here, put up some wallpaper.
Remodel, yeah. Rob considers putting up some pill and stick wallpaper remodeling. Okay, I'll give you that. But
Works
I
for me.
Say, I would call it decorating more than I would call it remodeling. That's
Well,
just
it's not
me.
a frame-up restoration. We're doing little
That's right.
things.
Yet, though I do have a drill. I could do something with it. Not sure yet what.
We'll
All
find out.
What do you eat? Would you already ask that?
No.
What do you eat?
Everything. Having a full refrigerator, sometimes, like on a trip to Palm Springs, there's wonderful restaurants to go try, but not so much with the lockdown. So we cook at home, but we can cook here anything we make at home. So it's been pastas, steaks, burgers, hot dog, lemon chicken, homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah, we even
pork
had
chops.
bought some lobster from Costco. And we just and you know what? I didn't boil that lobster. I baked it, so that was really good.
It
It
was.
was the first time I ever baked a lobster. You can bake it in the convection oven.
And we had the lemon, the butter. It was really tasty.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Me
And
too.
we only have gone to pick up a meal curbside one time, and it was just it was
It
just
was okay. This area is not known for its restaurants, which is fine. It's got many other good
Yeah.
attributes.
and he hasn't even had Taco Bell here. We're not, because everything is so spiking right now. We're not eating anything like that.
But I did bring Taco Bell sauce and put it on my own nachos.
From actually, we've had Taco Bell one time this year, and they gave you about a bazillion Taco Bell sauces. So Rob, of course, saved him. He probably just looks at him every once in a while, like, remember the good old days?
Getting Taco Bell, they gave me about 35 sauces.
Okay, so how do you do service here?
Same way we do it at home, with connecting with other people on Zoom. One thing that was amazing to me is how good Zoom works just on cell signal.
Yeah.
Of course, to be fair, we're in the desert. It's perfectly flat, and I think I see the cell tower out there. There's a cell
I
tower,
don't
I'm
know
not
what that
sure.
is. Yeah.
But write letters just like we do at home. We can make phone calls just like we do at home. So
Oh, the only thing that we're not doing is, so we finally got some stamps, but because we don't want to say that, we don't want to say we're your neighbor, and then have a mark that says Pahrump. We're saving them till we can get back home. We were going to put them in an envelope and mail them to somebody to mail them out, but we decided to just take them home.
exactly.
Okay, oh, here's a good one. What is it like to dump the black tanks? Without being, too descriptive.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here it's not too bad because this site has its own little sewer. So when you arrive, while everything is still dry, so to speak, you just attach your sewer line, plug it into their little sewer holes. Then from there on in, all you need to do to empty the black tank is to pull a black handle and then shut it. So it's total simplicity. Yeah, it's always not completely great when you have to fold that line up and put it away. They call it the stinky slinky for a reason, but it's not too bad.
You should tell them what happened in Mendocino one time. I came in to check, just came in. There was water coming out the toilet. Remember, you filled it up the wrong way?
Right. Instead of putting the hose into there's still a little new to the RV, putting into the water in line, I put it into the water in line for flushing your tanks rather than filling your water tank.
That was
good.
awful. That was awful. Okay, what's Pahrump like? Pahrump, Nevada. And
There are big towns and there are small towns. This is neither. I would describe it as a moderate town. It doesn't have a small town feel. It's big enough to have a Walmart, 2 grocery stores, and so on. But it's not a big town by any means. So it's sort of a quiet, definitely conservative, intermediate town. Though it was just raised up to being the 4th best place to live in Nevada.
And that's really all we know, since we can't really go out and go into buildings. We don't really know what it's like, but it's been pleasant here.
Yeah, half the buildings are casinos where you wouldn't really want to go in anyway.
Well, some people might, but I don't want to. All right. Here's one for you. What is your favorite thing and your least favorite thing?
Well, the favorite thing about the RV is the reason you buy them, which is in the portability. You can go anywhere you like without having to live in a tent or a hotel room.
Yeah, and I probably should have been more specific. Just, I guess, this trip, I should say. What's the least favorite thing in this trip, and what's your favorite thing in this trip? Not so much the RV.
Well, I think my favorite thing, and I never knew the place existed before I arrived, has been the China Ranch Date Farm, and we've been there twice for a reason. It's quite enchanting. My least favorite thing, you can almost see in here right now, it's the wind. Sometimes the wind kicks up to a ridiculous degree, which inflames my allergies and literally rocks the RV.
Yeah, and we're the last one in this RV. Like, we're the last row. There's other rows, but we're the last one in the row, and so it seems like the dust just comes right off the mountain
dust
there.
and wind comes
But
off the desert and
But I like
into
that
us.
part. Yeah, I like the fact that we're right, so we don't see another RV. So
Right,
that's
the
good.
view is wonderful. It's nothing but desert out this window.
And what would be a typical Should I ask this question?
No.
What's your typical day? What would be a typical day?
There's two kinds of typical days. I always start at the same. I just plug in my Keurig coffee maker, have a little cereal and coffee, get my day started. Then either I am making sandwiches or cheese plates because we're going somewhere, or we're not going somewhere. So either I'm setting up for service, or Megan has something in mind for us to do, whether it's stick on wallpaper or make another movie or something. There's always a game or a project or
Yeah,
something
my
going
game.
on in the RV.
Watching TV, not so much, you know, but we watch a little bit. But I can't say that I'm really paying attention to it because it's all old stuff.
The stations here from the aerial are really retro. It's like Hunter, Nash Bridges,
On the-
Columbo, Magnum
on the
PI, Love
airwaves,
Boat.
Yeah, but I haven't been bored. Plenty to do. Think about what groceries we need next,
Right.
and that's it. So, oh, and tonight we're gonna do, you know, because we talk to people on Zoom. We're gonna do some Universal Yums. That's a big box, though. It's a big box. And we're gonna do tasting with some friends, and to tell them how Universal Yums works.
Every month you get a box full of snacks, usually candies, chips, treats, and every month it focuses on a different country. For example, the first month was Colombia and so on. But yeah, I would just agree with Megan. Life in an RV is kind of like life. We eat,
Just like
we
if you were at
sleep,
home.
we
Yeah.
go look at things.
That's it. All right. Farewell.
Ciao.